Hi everyone, this is Neil Writer, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. We have here a patient who attended with bilateral, medially impacted, very dry, crusty, dead skin and earwax. And I'm just commencing with this there right here first. I'm using a fine end suction probe because sometimes when you suction dead skin, you can experience clarinetting. Clarinetting is when the skin, as you're suctioning it, it violently flaps the tip of the suction probe. And that flapping emits a very loud, high-frequency squeal, which is loud not only for the patient, but for myself too. And therefore, a fine-end suction probe reduces, if not completely sometimes, eliminates the clarinetting. And a fine end is the internal diameter of the fine end suction probe is about 1 millimeter. In comparison, the standard Zollner suction probe that we typically use, the internal diameter is around 1.7, so it's almost half the diameter of a standard Zollner suction probe. And when we're working on the eardrum as we are here, the fine end comes into its own. It's because it's a narrower tip, it provides you more precision, accuracy, and if you do come in contact with the eardrum, it's less likely to cause any physical trauma. So we've cleared the patient's right ear. There was sort of a bit of dead skin that I just removed off the posterior superior quadrant. And I'm just going back to see if the tail end of that skin peels away. And I'm just coming down slowly. I've got to be careful of the ear canal to the right. Just don't want to bump into that because that would be uncomfortable for the patient. You may have seen I've slightly bent the tip of the suction probe here. It's got a little kink there, just to trying to avoid the front part of the ear canal. And so this is just another layer of skin on the eardrum. So this skin that I'm removing was once the main layer of skin on the eardrum, and this skin has since died and shed, and it's been replaced by another layer underneath, and it's pushed this dead layer to the surface, and it will naturally migrate, but I was just giving it a helping hand there. So I'm just working now on the front part of the ear canal. This is a cartilaginous portion, the outer third, so we can put a bit more pressure on this part. When we encroach into the bony part of the ear canal, the osseous section, the inner 2/3, then we've got to be extremely cautious. We don't want to put too much pressure on the canal wall because it will be uncomfortable. I think I'm just going to go to the roof, just peel this. This is the tail end of some dead skin. Now this patient does suffer from chronic dead skin buildup, so no doubt they'll be back in about a year. It's kind of a perennial treatment that we offer for the patient, and the telltale symptom for the patient is that the hearing aids, so they wear hearing aids, they begin to whistle, they begin to feed back. So again, I'm just gonna hover over here. I think I'm going to re-enter now. I've just got to be careful because this skin is coating the hammer bone, so we don't want to be touching the hammer bone because again that will be uncomfortable. So I'm just going to hover over. If it comes away, brilliant. If not, I'm going to leave it. It's not the end of the world if we can't get this. I'm quite pleased with how much we've got out already. So feedback is when the sound that's amplified by the hearing aid enters the ear, it hits the wax or dead skin in this case, and that sound is reflected back out of the ear canal and it re-enters the hearing aid microphone. So the hearing